Have you ever thought of fruit, something you've eaten your whole life, could actually put you at risk of a stroke while you sleep? Many of my senior patients have told me, "Doctor, I only snack on fruit at night because it's healthy." But what if I told you that one particular fruit, eaten at the wrong time, can silently raise your blood pressure, trigger dangerous blood sugar spikes, and even interfere with your medications all while you're resting in bed? I remember a patient, Mrs. L, 72 years old, who enjoyed a sweet fruit bowl every night. She thought she was making the healthiest choice possible. Yet one morning, she woke up with sudden weakness on one side of her body. Fortunately, it wasn't a massive stroke, but it was a wake-up call. And the surprising link? The fruit she was eating before bed. Tonight, you might be doing the same thing without realizing it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which fruit I'm talking about, why it's risky for seniors, and how to enjoy your favorite fruits safely without putting your brain or heart at risk. Hello, I'm Dr. Ethan Wells, a stroke prevention specialist with over a decade of experience helping seniors protect their brain and heart health. Today, we're talking about a fruit that seems harmless, even healthy, but can silently increase your stroke risk overnight, especially after the age of 60. And it's not just this one fruit. In fact, I'll share 6 common fruits that can pose hidden dangers if you eat them at the wrong time or in the wrong way. I've seen it too many times in my clinic. Seniors come in believing their diet is perfect, yet their blood pressure is creeping up, their blood sugar is unstable, and their medications aren't working as intended. When we dig deeper, late-night fruit snacking is often part of the picture. As we go through this list, I want you to think about your own habits. Have you been eating any of these fruits right before bed? If so, you might be setting yourself up for a silent risk you never expected. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from? Are you in Florida enjoying fresh oranges, or in California surrounded by grapes? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm here every week with practical, doctor-backed tips to help you live healthier, longer, and smarter. Here's why this topic matters and why I'm so alarmed. Stroke is not just a sudden event, it's often the result of years of small, silent changes in your body. For seniors, certain fruits, especially when eaten late at night, can trigger these changes faster than you think. Let's break it down. When you eat a fruit high in sugar before bed, your blood glucose spikes. For younger people, this isn't a big deal. Their bodies handle the surge quickly. But after 60, your insulin response slows down. Your blood vessels may already be stiffer, and your heart may be under more strain. That sugar spike stresses your arteries, increases inflammation, and in some cases thickens your blood, all factors that raise stroke risk. On top of that, many seniors are on medications for blood pressure, heart disease, or diabetes. Some fruits contain compounds that can interfere with these medicines, either making them too strong or too weak. For example, certain citrus fruits can block liver enzymes that break down drugs, causing dangerous side effects. I recall Mr. Thompson, a 8-year-old retired teacher. He was diligent about his health, exercised daily, and took his blood pressure meds faithfully. But he also had a habit of enjoying a large bowl of watermelon before bed in the summer. One night, he woke up feeling dizzy and nauseated. His blood pressure had dropped dangerously low because the fruit's diuretic effect combined with his medication caused dehydration and thickened his blood. It was a close call. The bottom line? Even healthy fruits can become risky when timing, portion, and medical conditions are not taken into account. And because the effects build quietly over time, many seniors never suspect their bedtime snack could be the culprit. Let's go through the 6 common fruits that can silently raise stroke risk if eaten at the wrong time, especially late at night. 1. Bananas, the potassium problem. Bananas are rich in potassium, which is essential for nerve and muscle function. But here's the catch. For seniors, especially those on certain heart or blood pressure medications like ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, Excess potassium can build up in the blood. This condition, called hyperkalemia, can cause irregular heart rhythms and increase clot risk. I once treated Mrs. Allen, 70, who was on a potassium-sparing medication. She thought eating 2 bananas every night was healthy. After several months, her blood tests showed dangerously high potassium levels, and she was experiencing palpitations without realizing the stroke risk she was facing. Tip: if you love bananas, have them in the morning and limit portion to half or 1 small banana, especially if you're on heart meds. 2. Grapes. The sugar surge. Grapes are naturally sweet, but they're also high in fructose. Eating them at night can cause blood sugar spikes, which not only stress your arteries but also promote inflammation, a hidden contributor to stroke. I remember a patient, Mr. Ramirez, 65, who would snack on grapes while watching television at night. His fasting blood sugar was climbing despite a good diet otherwise. We switched his grape snack to mid-morning, and his blood sugar improved noticeably in just weeks. Tip: if you enjoy grapes, eat them earlier in the day and pair them with protein like cheese or nuts to slow sugar absorption. 3. Pineapple, acid and sugar combo. Pineapple is refreshing, but its high acidity combined with natural sugars can trigger silent acid reflux, especially when lying down shortly after eating. Chronic nighttime reflux can cause inflammation that affects blood vessels leading to the brain. Mrs. Chen, 73, came to me complaining of poor sleep and morning headaches. She had no idea her late-night pineapple dessert was the trigger. When she stopped eating it before bed, both symptoms resolved. Tip: enjoy pineapple in the afternoon, and if you have reflux or take heartburn medication, avoid it before bedtime. 4. Watermelon, the dehydration trap. Watermelon is hydrating, yes, but it also has a mild diuretic effect. If you eat a lot before bed, you may wake up dehydrated, which thickens the blood and raises clot risk, particularly in the early morning hours when strokes are most common. I recall a summer case where Mr. Davis, 67, ate half a watermelon after dinner. He woke up with a severe headache and high blood pressure, classic warning signs. Tip: enjoy watermelon during the day and balance with adequate water intake. Avoid large portions close to bedtime. 5. Oranges, medication interference. Oranges and other citrus fruits contain furanocoumarins, compounds that can interfere with the way your liver processes certain medications, especially for blood pressure and cholesterol. This can make the drugs too strong, potentially leading to dangerously low blood pressure or bleeding risk. Mrs. Thompson, 66, loved her nightly fresh squeezed orange juice. After a medication adjustment, she experienced dizziness and fainting spells. Turns out, the juice was making her medication more potent than intended. Tip: if you're on prescription medications, especially for the heart or blood pressure, consult your doctor before consuming large amounts of citrus in the evening. 6. Mango, the tropical sugar bomb. Mango is delicious but packs a heavy load of natural sugars. Late-night mango can cause prolonged blood sugar elevation, damaging blood vessel walls over time and contributing to stroke risk. Mr. Patel, 69, enjoyed mango slices while reading before bed. Over time, his A1C crept up, and his doctor warned him about prediabetes, something we managed to reverse by moving his mango treat to mid-morning. Tip: if you love mango, have a small portion earlier in the day, ideally with fiber-rich foods to reduce sugar impact. Each of these fruits is not bad on its own. The danger lies in timing, quantity, and personal health conditions. If you were sitting in my clinic right now, here's what I would tell you. Fruit is one of nature's best gifts, packed with vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. I would never advise cutting it out entirely unless there's a specific medical reason. But after working with hundreds of seniors, I've seen one consistent truth: timing and portion control matter just as much as the type of fruit you eat. If you're over 60, your metabolism, medication needs, and vascular health are not the same as they were decades ago. Eating a high sugar or high potassium fruit before bed can tip your body's balance in ways that younger people simply don't experience, spiking blood sugar, affecting blood pressure, or interacting with medications while you sleep. So here's my personal advice. Choose your fruit timing wisely. Morning or early afternoon is best. Pair fruit with protein or healthy fat to slow sugar absorption. Stay hydrated during the day, not just before bed. If you take heart or blood pressure medications, ask your doctor or pharmacist about possible food interactions. And most importantly, listen to your body. If you notice dizziness in the morning, unusual headaches, or changes in your heartbeat after eating certain fruits at night, don't ignore those signs. They could be early warnings. I always tell my patients, small changes in your evening habits can mean the difference between a healthy brain and a life-altering event. Let's recap. The fruits we talked about today, bananas, grapes, pineapple, watermelon, oranges, and mango, are not villains. They can be part of a healthy diet, but for seniors, especially those over 60, the when and how matter just as much as the what. Eating them late at night can quietly raise your stroke risk by spiking blood sugar, thickening the blood, or interfering with medications while you sleep. By simply adjusting the timing, pairing with the right foods, and being mindful of portion sizes, you can still enjoy these fruits without putting your brain and heart in danger. If you've been eating any of these fruits before bed, I want to hear from you in the comments. Did you know about these risks before watching this video? And if you found this information helpful, please share it with a friend or family member who might benefit. You could be helping them prevent a serious health event. And if brain health is a priority for you, don't miss my next video where I'll share 4 everyday foods that can clog your arteries and lead to stroke. I'm Dr. Ethan Wells, helping you live healthier, longer, and smarter. See you in the next video.